Hello everybody, Chessbait here for another episode of the Chessbait Drivecast, your one-stop shop for kind of controversial topics and kind of controversial opinions. Now today's video is not going to be controversial at all. In fact, it's actually going to be the majority of people's opinions, or at least people who know about this topic. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about MatPat Game Theory. You guys already saw the title. Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. We just did a guest episode, let's see, if I remember correctly, it should be on Tuesday. Unless if I miscounted, and this was from, the guest episode was last week.
Okay, so slight change of plans. I did have to move up the Johannes episode up a few slots. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It just means that I did a guest episode later than I actually did. The reason I did that is because the timing. Certain Drivecasts felt a little odd uploading at certain times. Nothing really changed. Anyways, I'm also going to be interjecting, as usual, about MatPat because certain things that I said might not be exactly correct, and the point that I want to get across, it'd be better if I said it manually behind the computer instead of behind the wheel. Anyways, enjoy.
Now, buckle up, start your engines, and get ready for not so wild of a ride. I'm just going to be talking over why I prefer food theory over game theory, like I put in the title, hopefully. If I messed it up, then who cares? It's my fault. Now, come on, really? I literally have a food theory video up on the ready. Quite ironic how that not ironic, but how funny that kind of worked itself out. Anyways, yeah, today we're going to be talking about game theory and food theory, and film theory, actually. And why I prefer one of them over the others. So, for a little bit of context, I actually watched Game Theory ever since it had like 10k subscribers, I think. I kid you not, I was there when it was written. I was there when he did his, what's it call it, his 500k Draw My Life video. I was there when he did his 1 million subscriber video on why people play games. I was literally there when it was, hurry up. I was there when it was written. I was there from the start. I am not a diehard fan, but I've been there since the beginning, and I feel like my opinion is not worth more than others, but should be weighted a little bit more heavily, if you get my drift. Now, with that said, let's get on to whatever opinion I have, which is that I don't really like game theory anymore. I don't think that's really an unpopular opinion. Most people don't like game theory anymore because it's way too cheesy, and that's coming from a guy literally named Cheese who loves way too cheesy things. Like, the dude became more of a dork than before. His math became more and more lazy, and a lot of his videos become a lot more and more padded, which I am not a big fan of. Like, there's almost little content in the video anymore. It's almost like McDonald's. Actually, McDonald's is a really bad comparison. But McDonald's when it first started probably had some really good content. Some good meaty, juicy stuff. And when it started getting popular, they substituted it out with the more chemically stuff, with the fake stuff. And some of the calories in their food is padded out, which I don't appreciate in McDonald's and game theory in both cases. Wow, I'm surprised it really worked out under both cases. Anyways, my point is, also, just to make my point clear, like, I think I first joined, I don't even remember what episode I first joined Game Theory. Obviously, the Sonic was slow video was really big at the time. The Boob video was hilarious. The Dig Dug video was a personal favorite of mine in the early days. And Wario, for some reason, is 10 feet tall. See, that's proof, right? What else do you want me to say? Jeez. The problem is, there's been so many game theories over the years that it's just kind of been diluted, and Game Theory Classic is just kind of its own age. Like, it's really, the video quality is so poor. Like, I'm willing to understand that, and that's coming from someone who all he does is slap some gameplay on top of a half commentary, half just ranting Drivecast podcast type video.
Oh, come on, man. That hurts. I mean, it's true, but I'm still offended.
Guys, let's be real here. This is me talking. If anyone knows bad quality, it would be me. And I know that old Game Theory was bad in terms of quality, but it had that little charm. Like, sure, his presentability was really poor, but he was starting to pick up his groove. Once he got his really good intro in, that's when he was cheesy, but not so cheesy that it was bad. He was a lot more presentable, and he was trying to make a point a lot more than he does now. It's kind of similar to what Austin does on Game Theory nowadays, on the science show, or the science of blah blah blah. And I really appreciate that. That's actually what MatPat used to do, which I have a slight feeling. I'm just gonna say this is my headcanon on that this is why they actually brought Austin onto the show, because let's be real here, Austin's the science is basically equivalent to what MatPat used to do back in the day. You know, since it's game theory, now usually all he does is theorize about whatever game is coming up and whatever theory that he wants to say about whichever character being dead or whichever character being a psychopath, or etc. etc. But you know, nowadays, or not nowadays, but back in the day, sure, he had his Mario as a psychopath video, you know, those type of things. But for the most part, you know, a lot of the videos were on. A lot of the videos were on science-related videos. You know, how much force would you need to survive a zombie outbreak, or was it something like that? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Again, I've done little to no research about this, but I just want to express my frustrations just because I've been there from the start. And the reason I'm so frustrated is because old game theory is basically what he does with food theory nowadays. I get that food theory only exists because he wants to extenuate his love for junk food, fast food, and Diet Coke, and I'm gonna get to that right now. The Diet Coke episode is like by far one of the best film theory, by far one of the best food theory episodes, and by far one of the best episodes that he's ever done in his career. It's kind of funny that it all led to that. You know, his love for Diet Coke kind of led up to that. And the reason I enjoy it so much is because they're getting into the nitty gritty. They're getting into the methodology of how they're gonna say which one's better. They're getting into why certain things are getting better or not. They even have callbacks to other theories that they've done, which for the most part, I really do not like theories that cross over with other theories, because at that point it's assuming that certain things are true that haven't already been proven. Like, you can create your own theories and build theories upon them, but it doesn't automatically mean that they're true. I get that his catchphrase, it's just a theory, the game theory, you know, that thing. Is meant to make fun of the fact that, you know, it's not meant to be taken so seriously. But let's be real here, fandoms do take these kind of theorizing a lot seriously. I mean, it's the whole reason why Gravity Falls got so popular. It's because Alex Hirsch appreciated all the theorizing that his fans were willing to go through. You know, and I think that's pretty cool, all things considered. Is it not cool to just want to theorize about different things? I don't know. I think it is, personally. Jeez, this person was tailgating me. I was trying not to spill some food while trying to break. What a dirty bagger. Anyways, sorry, I just got heated in the moment. The reason I liked film theory so much when it first came out is because it didn't try to fall into the same pitfalls as game theory did, which, you know, all game theory does is, let's talk about this new content that's coming out that we're not even sponsored by, but we just want to talk about it because we love that ad revenue. And then they don't really talk about the thing all too much. They throw they make some fourth wall breaking references, they make some funny witty humor, they make some meme references, but that's about it. Like, they don't really have too much substance. And that's what I didn't think that film theory would be able to do, but would you look at that, film theory does the exact same thing. They started talking less and less about whatever the heck they wanted, and they started talking more about the current events. Case in point, the WandaVision episodes. It's already been a few weeks ever since the WandaVision theories came out, but MatPat really milked them to death. He did not have to do that many theories. He could have done one at the start and one at the end. I'm pretty sure he did 3, which, I get it. You want to talk about WandaVision. It's really popular, and you want to talk about what we said was right, what we said was wrong. But you could have just used a slightly more, how do I say this? You could have used a mega theory. You could have used a slightly longer video to not need to pad out everything. Because let's be real here, like if you combine the intro and the outro and all the padding in between, there's only about like 7 to 10 minutes worth of actual theorizing. So if you want to really talk about, oh, Marvel knows what we're theorizing, so they're gonna make a boner joke, boner with an H, YouTube. You know, they already know what we're talking about, so you know we can't theorize about this thing. And there's multiple. I really like the fact that they how do I say this? They talked about how there's multiple conflicting theories and how, oh, one's better than the other. That I appreciate. But you don't need to go overflow with, okay, this is what we talked about, and this is what we are going to talk about. This isn't a Dragon Ball episode. We don't need to review the review of the review that we've already done.
Okay, so midway through editing, I was thinking, okay, I want to show an example that really, really frustrates me. And it's actually the Willy Wonka episode of Film Theory. I know that it's actually not game theory, it's going to film theory, and I said that film theory is just marginally better than game theory, but both of them kind of have the same problem. And the problem is that, so in the Willy Wonka episode where they figure out what the probability of each of the five kids getting the Wonka bars is, they end up interrupting the math to talk about, oh, this is how far we go to show how dedicated we are. Like the whole episode is based on a comment that one of the theory fans actually sent in. That I appreciate. You know, you can pat yourself on the back for that, but you shouldn't interrupt the middle of an episode to just say, this is how far we go just to solve these things. Like that, come on, man. You don't need to pat on your back like that. That's a little too self-serving. I'll be real with you. Anyways, it's one of my favorite film theory episodes. If it didn't have that little card in the middle of the episode, and it kind of frustrates me that I get that Matt has a team of theorizers. He has a team of actual writers. He has editors that has to deal with a bunch of stuff. And personally, I just kind of feel bad for most of them because, uh, oh man, like they all seem like pretty cool people, but they all gotta make some how do I say this, kind of clickbaity stuff simply because everyone's working on a schedule, everyone's working on um, just staying afloat. Anyways, let's just go back to past me, who I think just got home.
Okay, I'm a little tired. I've already arrived home, so there's no point in continuing to rant about game theory anymore. So if you guys enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, to the good thing down below. I'll see you guys next time.